What's up, man? This is a response video to Ticket TV. Man, this is easy right here. Um, he came out and said that he would not give Keith Thurman any credit for beating Manny Pacquiao because he said Keith Thurman is chasing around a 40-year-old man, the same 40-year-old man who Errol Spence was chasing after who wanted to fight, the same 40-year-old man who Sean Porter wanted to fight. Like I said before, I don't mind Crawford, Danny, Sean Porter, Keith Thurman, or Errol Spence fighting Manny Pacquiao before they fight each other. You know why? Manny Pacquiao is a legend. He's still winning. You know, he won what? Four of his last five fights, or three of his last five fights. You know, he won a title versus Jesse Vargas, the WBO title. You know, he turned around. He lost it to, we all know he lost it to Jeff Horn. Then before he did that, he beat, for the second time, he beat Tim Bradley, his rival. They had 3 fights. Manny won 2. He beat Adrian Broner. You know what I'm saying? He beat Matisse. Now, I'm not saying the Matisse win and the Adrian Broner win were ATG wins, but nevertheless, they were quality wins because everybody talk about Adrian Broner, this and that, but as soon as Adrian Broner have a fight, everybody's saying, well, if Adrian Broner let his hands go, he can do this. Adrian Broner got potential, he can do this. If Adrian Broner do that, he can do this. Manny Pacquiao went in there and beat him. So that means Manny Pacquiao gets credit for beating a guy who a lot of people are still caping for. So, therefore, when Keith Thurman beat Manny Pacquiao, he's not beating, well, yeah, we know he's not beating a Pacquiao of 5-6 years ago. Let's not get it twisted. I've been around boxing for a long time. I've been watching this boxing stuff for over 25 years, for a long time. So, I'm not going to sit up here and say that he's fighting a prime Manny Pacquiao. But he is still fighting a Pacquiao that can beat you. He is still beating a Pacquiao who can get in the ring and beat you. So, when you say that this man ain't going to get no credit, you the same guy, and you said it. You said it in your video. You said you flamed Manny Pacquiao when he got in the ring and then turned around, did not choose to fight Errol Spence. You said you flamed Manny Pacquiao for that. And Errol Spence in the ring asked Manny Pacquiao to fight him. I didn't see you come out and say, Errol Spence, why you chasing around a 40-year-old fighter? I didn't hear you say that. Now, if you said it and I missed the video, that's my bad. But according to you, the way you were talking, if you were not, if you're going to get on Keith Thurman for chasing a so-called 40-year-old, then you should have had the same energy that you had when you said about Keith Thurman. You should have had the same energy when Errol Spence said, Manny, let's make the fight. We can have a great fight. You remember that fight after he fought Mikey Garcia? So, like I said, man, a lot of y'all guys, man, y'all got issues beyond the ring with Keith Thurman. Y'all keep on talking about the man ponytail, the man playing the flute, and all this stuff that has nothing to do with boxing. None of this stuff has nothing to do with boxing. None of it. But the reason why y'all have a problem with Keith Thurman getting this Pacquiao fight, because y'all know what it means. We all know what this fight means. Keith Thurman go in there and beat Pacquiao, and he go in there and beat Pacquiao in a great fashion. Even if he go in there and beat Pacquiao, let's just say he methodically just outboxed Manny Pacquiao every round, beat Manny Pacquiao, hurt Pacquiao a couple times, but don't knock him down. Let's just say that. I want Keith Thurman to go in there and destroy that man. I want Keith Thurman to go in there and give Pacquiao a reason to retire, because that's what Pacquiao is around for. He's hanging around, fighting these young guys because he's waiting for somebody to beat him up so bad that he say in his mind, that's the reason why I need to retire right there, because no one has gave him a reason to retire. not Tim Bradley, not Jesse Vargas. Jeff Horn, he thought he won that fight. He thought he got robbed. I thought Pacquiao won the fight. I'm not gonna say it was a robbery, but I thought Pacquiao won the fight. But Jeff Horn didn't give him a reason to retire. Adrian Broner, we know he definitely gave him no reason to retire because he don't let his hands go. Lucas Matisse didn't give him a reason to retire. So he's looking for a reason to retire. And Keith Thurman can give him that reason to retire. That's Keith Thurman's mission this Saturday. It's not even about beating a 40-year-old. It's about retiring Pacquiao, giving him that exit strategy that he needs to lead the sport. It's time for Pacquiao to lead the sport. Pacquiao had a great career. Pacquiao is a legend. We all know that. But Keith Thurman's mission Saturday, I'm looking at Keith Thurman had to destroy this man. Period. Point blank. And he gets full credit. I don't care that he's 40 years old. He's still fighting. He's the so-called, what is he, the WBC super, whatever it is. It's so many titles out there. It's hard to keep up. But it's like him and Keith Thurman both are WBA champions. Stupid nonsense. But anyway, we know Keith Thurman is a real champion. You know what I'm saying? Yes, I did get on Keith Thurman when he said he has no desire to fight Terence Crawford. Keith Thurman was dead wrong about that. You got to have a desire to fight Terence Crawford if you want to be, your ultimate goal is to be the undisputed welterweight champion, because that's what Keith Thurman's been talking about for years, being the undisputed welterweight champion. He can't get there without fighting Bud Crawford as long as Bud Crawford got the WBO title. So, yes, I got on Keith Thurman about that. I made a video about that. That's not kosher right there. You have to fight. You have to be interested in fighting Terence Crawford. And this is another thing. Y'all keep on saying that Keith Thurman is ducking Errol Spence. We seen Errol Spence duck Terence Crawford to his face. To his face. You know how I know the disappointment that came out of that? Because you made a video, you was disappointed at Errol Spence. Man, I don't like the way Errol Spence talking. I seen the video. I don't like the way Errol Spence is talking. He had to clear this up. He had to clean this up. What is the clean up? He told the man to his face, I'm not gonna fight you. You're not in the plans. He called himself his own boss. But he says Terence Crawford is on the other side of the street. Now, we know Terence Crawford has a promoter in Bob Arum. And we know Terence Crawford has a TV deal with ESPN. So we know that for sure. We know that. This is what we know. Errol Spence says he's his own promoter. Errol Spence says he doesn't have a TV contract. So why is Terence Crawford on the other side of the street if you have no connections or nothing holding you down? You can go over there and fight on ESPN. He told Terence Crawford to his face, why not fight the easy fight? Why not take the easy road? Y'all seen it, man. We all seen it. You can't clear it up. You can't. There's nothing you can do with it. There's nothing you can do with it. The man ducked that man to his face. I never heard Keith Thurman say, I'm never going to fight Errol Spence. Now, he did come out this year and say, but before he even fought Josecito Lopez, Keith Thurman said, I'm not fighting Danny this year. I'm not fighting Porter. I'm not fighting Errol Spence. That's what he said. So I wasn't expecting him to fight Errol Spence. I was hoping he would fight Errol Spence this year, but he said at the beginning of the year, he's not fighting those three guys. He said he's going to do that next year. This year was for him to get back in order. He was out for 2 years. I wouldn't want Keith Thurman to fight Errol Spence being out 2 years, or fighting Sean Porter being out 2 years, or fighting Danny Garcia being out 2 years. Those are quality fighters. You want to be at your best to fight those guys. That's not saying you scared of those guys. That's giving those guys the ultimate respect to say, I have to be at my best to beat those guys. I don't understand why people have a problem with a fighter saying, I have to be at my best to beat a certain fighter. So this has something to do with the jealousy that a lot of other fighters, a lot of other fans' favorite fighters did not get the Manny Pacquiao fight, because y'all know what this means. Already, Keith Thurman got the best resume in welterweight division, not named Manny Pacquiao. Period. He beat Sean Porter. He beat Danny back to back. He beat those guys back to back. Now, yeah, Keith Thurman was out 2 years. He had injuries. I'm not here to parse whether this man was hurt or not. The man had surgery. The man said he was injured. He was injured. I'm not going to get on here and tell athletes, oh, man, you wasn't injured. I'm not going to do all that, because one day your favorite fighter may get injured, and then people are saying that, oh, he's not injured, and you're gonna say, oh, how can y'all say he's not injured? So I don't do that. I don't do that whole, the man wasn't injured. The man said he was injured. The man said he was injured. The man was injured. Period, point blank. The man was injured. I wasn't there when he hurt himself. I'm not the doctor that did the procedure. You know what I'm saying? So the man said he was injured. The man said he was injured. First he had the elbow injury. He came back. Then he had a hand injury in training camp. Okay, we all know Keith Thurman has a history of being injured. I believe he had a shoulder injury about 3 or 4 years ago. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not on here to be parsing whether somebody got injured or not, or faking the injury. I do know this. When that man was out 2 years, who did Sean Porter beat? He finally fought Danny after Keith Thurman relinquished the WBC title. And that's another thing. Keith Thurman is the only welterweight to be unified since Floyd Mayweather Jr. None of these other welterweights unified. Keith Thurman unified. Y'all keep on saying y'all got a problem with Keith Thurman, man. But this man, time and time again, has went in the ring and handled his business. He's not only undefeated, he's been unified, WBC, WBA. He defended his titles. Except for the WBC. He didn't defend the WBC because he had won that versus Danny. The WBA he defended. He's went in there and fought undefeated champions. He beat Leonard Bundu, who y'all all of a sudden, nobody knew who Leonard Bundu was. Well, even if you knew who Leonard Bundu was, you all know he wasn't a top player at welterweight. Come on, man. Let's be honest here. You know what I'm saying? I know boxing. Let's be honest. Leonard Bundu has not been a quality fighter when Keith Thurman went out there and outboxed the man, knocked the man down in the first round. People start bringing up Leonard Bundu after Errol Spence beat him. Leonard Bundu was the same guy. You know what I'm saying? He's a solid guy. You know what I'm saying? Probably not even solid. Probably domestically in his, you know what I'm saying, in his country, he's probably a great fighter, but not. He wasn't a top welterweight. He was never a top welterweight. Come on, man. Let's be honest. You know what I'm saying? So when y'all say y'all have a problem with, no one can tell me what Keith Thurman did in the ring for people to have a problem with him. What has he done in the ring for people to say, I got a problem with Keith Thurman? It's y'all talking about this man. Ponytail, y'all talking about this man playing a flute. I mean, that sound personal, because that has nothing to do with boxing. That's personal. Now, that's something personal you got against Keith Thurman. That's, you know, I'm not here to take up with Keith Thurman about that. Keith Thurman can take up for himself about that. But anyway, you can say that Keith Thurman is going to lose. You could pick Keith Thurman to lose against Manny Pacquiao. I have no problem with that. Manny Pacquiao can go in there and beat Keith Thurman. Keith Thurman is not on his square. Yeah, Manny Pacquiao can go in there and beat him. That's why I say Keith Thurman is going to get full credit for beating Manny Pacquiao. Full credit. Because guess what? If Errol Spence got the fight and Errol Spence fought Manny Pacquiao, guess what? Y'all will be giving Errol Spence full credit. We know that this fight right here puts Keith Thurman in the driver's seat at the welterweight division. Now, I don't talk about A-side, B-side crap. That'd be a lot of people. I don't know if you talk about A-side, B-side crap, Ticket TV, but I'm not into that. But if y'all gonna talk about it, if he beat Manny Pacquiao, this put him on the A-side against any welterweight. See, y'all know what this fight means. Y'all wanted Errol Spence to get the scalp. I know. I know. Y'all wanted Errol Spence to get this scalp, man. But only one person can get the fight at a time. Keith Thurman got the fight. Now let's see if Keith Thurman can go in there and capitalize. Let's see if Keith Thurman go in there and handle his business the way I think he should go in there and handle his business. Yeah, Manny Pacquiao is dangerous. You can't take Manny Pacquiao for granted. But Keith Thurman is fast, big, strong. Now, I'm going to say this. To me, it has nothing to do with Manny Pacquiao being 40 years old. I don't think any version of Manny Pacquiao can beat Keith Thurman at his best. I don't think any version of Manny Pacquiao can beat Keith Thurman at his best. This is just a wrong fight for Manny Pacquiao. Keith Thurman got footwork. Keith Thurman can think in the ring. Keith Thurman can box on his back foot. Keith Thurman can fight coming forward. Keith Thurman has explosive power. Keith Thurman is the most explosive power in the welterweight division, period. Terence Crawford has power. Errol Spence has power. Errol Spence is more of a grinder type guy. He's going to grind you down. He doesn't have that flash where he going to flash knock you down. Now, Bud Crawford does shows that he can flash knock you down. But I think Keith Thurman is a little bit more of a harder puncher than Crawford. But I got Crawford as the guy that's going to be the undisputed welterweight champion. I got Crawford beating all of them. Now, to me, a lot of people say that Crawford's going to have problems with Errol Spence. No, Crawford's going to have problems with Keith Thurman. That's the guy he's going to have problems with. It's not going to be Errol Spence. He's going to beat Errol Spence. He can outbox Errol Spence. Errol Spence doesn't have the footwork to keep up with Terence Crawford. He doesn't have the ring IQ to keep up with Terence Crawford. But that's another video. But like I said, man, this is not a slight towards Ticket TV. The man got a good channel, man. Go check out his channel, man. I just disagree with him saying that Keith Thurman should not get full credit for beating Manny Pacquiao. So, are we going to start throwing that around? Older fighter, when you fight an older fighter, you don't get full credit when you beat him? I mean, because we can start going down the list of fighters fighting guys that were a little bit past their prime, and we can all start debating whether they should get any credit at all, period. Because you said this man, you ain't saying he shouldn't get credit. You said he should get no credit. But Errol Spence would have got all the credit in the world. We all know that. Y'all think Errol Spence is the boogeyman, but that was debunked by Terence Crawford. He's not the boogeyman. That's that old mythical boogeyman stuff. Ain't nobody scared of Errol Spence, man. But let me know what y'all think, man. I'm out, man.